can see, it's all done.
All done? It don't look any different.
No seasoning again. Boring British cuisine. More BBC food. Oh my god. What is with you guys and not like what is with you guys in hating flavor? Guy Fieri must hate the fuck out of y'all. Chef Brian Sow here, not your typical chef, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Uncle Roger's She Destroy Rice Again. Kay's Cooking. Shout out to Ann L for becoming a sous chef level patron. Thank you so much for your generosity. And for the rest of you watching, if you enjoy this content, please consider becoming a patron. Link in the description below. Patrons get to take advantage of early access to videos, discounts from my merch store, and a bunch of cool other stuff. Thank you very much. Also, I'd greatly appreciate it if you followed Mission Sandwich on Instagram. That is the official account for my upcoming sandwich shop opening at the end of this month in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. That's right, it's finally happening. You can visit the shop, try some of my food, say what's up to me because I'm gonna be there all the freaking damn time and I would love to hang. I'll see you there. If you're new to the channel, I am a professional chef with 18 years of experience. I've defeated Bobby Flay on the Food Network show, beat Bobby Flay, as well as run the world-renowned kitchen of Beauty in Essex, located right here in New York City. The views and opinions expressed in this show are exactly that. They're just my views and opinions based on my experience as a working culinary professional, but I don't always get it right. Well, I'm pretty sure in this video I'm gonna get it all right. But regardless, if I don't get it right or you have something to add or if I said something wrong, please let me know in the comments below, as I always love to learn. Last but not least, we're doing another giveaway, and as always, it's gonna be available to everyone worldwide for this official Chef Brian Sow snapback hat. This is also available at the merch store, but if you wanna enter in for a chance to win, all you have to do is hit the thumbs up, be subscribed, and leave a comment. It is that simple. Winner will get picked at the first episode of the next month. And with that out of the way, let's see what Kay makes in her kitchen for this episode, this highly requested episode. Where's the Iron Maiden shirt this time? I was hoping to see like Black Sabbath for this episode, but I don't know, I guess she's trying to get fancy or something.
And after making a mess of the special fried rice, I'm going to have a go, and this time I'm going to do it properly.
Oh, properly now this time. Shit. So she, all right. Okay, so she, you know, that's really cool of her to identify, like, I know I fucked up. Granted, the entire internet told her, but what a good sport, you know, like to put herself back out there again. I respect that a lot. And here we are on her stove. She got the peas again. It looks like she's just getting things starting to cook. I'm looking at the rice, and I can tell you right now, I think that is way too much water. Unless she's gonna try to boil the rice like Hersh's video. Boiling rice is still a common technique, especially a lot of you guys in the comments let me know that like in Indian culture and some other cultures, they still use the boiling technique. But again, like I mentioned, when I went to culinary school, the chef instructor did talk about boiling rice technique. I had never seen it myself, never done it before, and that it's more of an old school technique, an old world technique. I'm hoping that's what she's gonna try to do here in this case, even though I don't technically agree or like the boiling rice method. But if she lets it cook with all that water, that is gonna be fucking kanji by the end of this.
See, I've got the rice cooking this time.
Hiya, she cooking rice, but still no rice cooker.
And I've also got some peas cooking.
It's never good enough for Uncle Roger unless you got a rice cooker. And you know what? Get a goddamn rice cooker. They're pretty freaking cheap.
I don't know if the peas want cooking, but I'm just going to do them because it says
Uncle Roger don't know what the obsession with pea in egg fried rice. Why people love pea so much? Pea is most annoying vegetable. You ever drop pea and it roll under fridge? You can't reach it. And then you think, okay, I guess the pea lived there forever now. Same walk as last time.
3.
Why oil pouring so slow?
Well, these are dessert spoons, but it's supposed to be tablespoons, but I'm going to put 4 in this time.
Okay, so she's measuring with a spoon, which I think was an added step. She should have just poured it straight in, but I guess she's trying to be precise.
Give that time to warm up. The rice is still doing.
No, you can't just leave rice boiling like that.
yeah.
You cook rice in saucepan, you get the water boiling, then immediately turn it down to simmer, and also put lid on it.
Yes.
Wear your lid.
Very good. So Uncle Roger is right on point. When you are cooking rice in a pot like that, not in a rice cooker, you do want to bring it to a boil, bring down the heat where it's no longer at this crazy rolling boil, and then put a lid over it. That is how you want to do it. However, like I mentioned, there's too much water in there. So in that scenario, I would not want to put on the lid, but I also wouldn't be in this scenario because when I measure the rice, I know it's the precise amount. And if you have the precise amount, then you want to put a lid over it. And the reason why is because that water is measured to a precise amount. If you have too much water and then you leave the pot open, you know, the hope would be that by the time the rice is cooked, enough water had evaporated out where it's by the time it's cooked, the rice and the water levels is where it needs to be. But that's really, number one, that's not really done or shouldn't really be done, because if you go that route, you know, the ambient air, the amount of moisture in there will also dictate how much evaporation will happen as well. It can affect your final product, not by much. It actually matters a lot more in pastry where things have to be really, really precise. For rice cooking, just measure the water right and put the lid on it. Bring it to a boil. When you see your lid starting to shake, bring it down to half, maybe even a little less, and then finish the rice like that. So everything Uncle Roger said right here, spot on. Good shit.
Give me your address. Uncle Roger send you rice cooker for free. Don't torture rice like this anymore. White rice matter. White rice matter. I predict this rice gonna be bad. Keep watching video. See if Uncle Roger correct.
Yeah. I don't think she's doing the boiling the rice method. I'd be very surprised, and I do think that rice is going to come out looking like congee or just super mushy and way too moist. And in addition, you know, I keep preaching, and Uncle Roger keeps preaching, to use day-old rice. I've seen some comments of people saying sometimes you don't have access to day-old rice. There's a Chinese restaurant in every goddamn town in the entire world. You can still get day-old rice. That ain't no excuse, okay? Do a little planning, get your rice the day before, and make the fried rice the right way. Please, Keith, please.
Put hammer in the egg.
Look at the color of those peas. If you guys have taken biology class, the green, what makes a plant green colored is something called chloroplast, right? That is the food source of the plant. And when you cook a green leafy veg, or in this case, something like peas, you cook them, you make them hot. What happens in the first few minutes is that the green color actually becomes much more brilliant and more present. And that's because the heat is causing the chloroplast to basically like expand and go right up against. So this is the chloroplast, right? And then it gets heated up and then it like expands and goes right up against the cell wall. And that's why it gets this really vibrant green color. So it's very common when you're making some sauces or, you know, certain things using leafy greens. You know, oftentimes you may see a lot of recipes where it calls for you to blanch those greens so you actually get an even more brilliant green color. However, if you let that green product, that green veggie product cook for too long, then the chloroplast starts to, you know, denature and basically cook. And what happens to anything when you cook it, you know, it starts to develop off colors and changes and metamorphosizes, right? That's how I know, due to its dull green color, that these peas were way overcooked. Okay.
I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to... I've got almond...
Wait, what? What is that?
It looks like
Ham and
spam.
chicken.
Ham and chicken.
Ham and chicken. Hi, that meat looks so fake. It's suitable for vegan.
So in the last case video, when she put the chicken inside, like the right away, I was like, is that chicken or is that ham? And you guys in the comments told me it's some kind of like basically like a deli meat chicken product. So it's not even real chicken, so to speak. So I guess she loves her cold cuts. I don't know, man, but not a fan. Not a fan. Although I've had lots of fried rices with like hot dogs in it. When I lived in China, they have these like sausages in this plastic wrap that they chop up often into fried rice, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I've eaten it several times. Just use real chicken, Kay. Come on.
On the same plate.
Oh, look how white and awkward the meat look.
Yeah.
Just like the Friends reunion.
I wish she cubed up that chicken at the very, very least. You know, the rice texture, you know, everyone knows what a grain of rice looks like, right? And the peas would work in there because it's roughly the same size. And I just feel like strips of chicken within the context of rice will just kind of look weird. You can do like shredded chicken, but, you know, shredded chicken has a lot of surface area, has, you know, lots of fibers that can catch the rice in it. This is just like a block of man-made chicken product that is slight. I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
I'm going to drop the egg in.
No,
Okay.
the rest of stuff not even cooked yet.
Yeah. So she's putting in the egg now. As you guys know, I like to always do the egg first. In fact, don't even listen to me. Check out Chef Wang Gang, you know, who Uncle Roger has deemed the perfect egg fried rice, and he cooks his egg first. And there's a good reason for this is you cook it first, and then as you put in the other product, it'll break up the egg as you work everything in there. Now, there's something else I want you to notice in this shot. Number one, I don't think that wok is hot enough. And I'll tell you why. She added in those peas. That had a lot of water, and I think it was hot, so that didn't really cool down the pan much. But when she added that chicken, that was probably room temperature and or cold. And if you look at the chicken, it hasn't sweated much, means it hasn't been in there very long. So the pan wasn't able to catch up heat-wise, right? The chicken was put in, pan cooled down, and then you should wait for the temperature to come back up before you put in another product. But now she's adding in the egg while the pan is still trying to warm up. By adding in the egg, it cooled the pan down again. And then what's going to happen is it's going to cause all the product to sweat more. And if you look at the bottom, there's this pool of fucking water. And that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah.
The rice is cooked for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, too long?
I am
minutes.
assuming now it's done.
I'm assuming. Don't assume, because that means you're making an ass of you and me.
Check properly. You can't just assume rice done. You got to see if it absorbs all the moisture.
Right, the rice is done. I don't know if you can tell, but it
Oh my
looks
god!
soft.
Oh my god!
I told you, she made kanji. Did you see how moist that rice was? There was someone in the comments mentioned, you know, one thing you can do if you don't have day-old rice is make the rice, but let it cool, spread it out onto a sheet, and then, you know, after it's cooled and dried off a little bit, then you can use that. And you know what? That's a happy compromise. I'm okay with that for sure. That is straight off the pan. Rice cooked with way too much water. There's just no way she's gonna achieve, and not that she really could with that setup, but there's no way she's gonna achieve the coveted wok hei, which is, you know, that special thing about woks with its high-powered heat source. You keep the product constantly in motion, and due to the super high powerful heat, and because the product is constantly in motion, it's completely coating the product in what I define as micro sears. It's like almost that step before burning, but it's stopped because, again, you're moving it, and obviously you don't want to cook it until it burns, but that is that special flavor about wok cookery. All that water, you are not going to be able to achieve the wok hei. Not even close. Not that she even cares or knows about it, but let's keep watching.
The rice still wet. This is painful. That not rice. That's still porridge. Who make fried rice with porridge? Oh my god.
Looks soft.
Uncle Roger, I just watched Uncle Roger's heartbreak. Poor guy. It looks soft. Duh. Fucking duh, it looks soft. Oh my god. Kay. You're killing me, Kay.
Oh
Rough.
my god.
Rough.
If your rice too wet, you fucked up. Also, you cannot make fried rice with freshly cooked rice. Need to be left over. So many wee jokes I make. Nobody learned anything. Like Uncle Roger wasting my time.
Wait, guys, does Kay have a third video where she actually makes the rice right? Where she finally got the rice cooker from Uncle Roger and finally makes rice the right way?
Oh dear. You know what's happened here, don't you?
Yeah, too wet. Rice too wet.
Too much rice.
What?
Never-
Oh, no.
That is the least of your problems, Kay. Holy.
This woman thinks that what a problem. Too much rice. Is she delusional or something? Too much rice. Hiya.
Luncheon meat, cold cut chicken, overcooked peas. Wait, she didn't put garlic in this time. Overcooked rice. And she's like, oh no, too much rice.
Look at that.
So this is a perfect example of why, well, this is an extreme example, rather, of why you don't want to use fresh cooked rice. And this is something I was going to display in my own rice video, which is going to happen. I just need to schedule a date to film it. So when the rice comes out fresh from a rice cooker, and if you use that in your fried rice, don't forget, the rice is going to continue to be manipulated and cooked and processed to ultimately become fried rice. And what does that mean? More wear and tear. So you have this fresh cooked rice that is very moist. And yes, moisture in food is a good thing. However, in the context of an egg fried rice, or any fried rice for that matter, when the rice comes fresh out of the rice cooker or the pot, or you even boil it, typically, that rice, well, not typically, but that rice is going to be very soft because it's freshly cooked. And it has when it comes out fresh, it has the most moisture in it that's available, right? Because it's freshly cooked. And when you work this rice and have the wok spoon and you have all your ingredients and you're tossing it all, that rice is more susceptible to damage, and it can flatten, it can mush up, it can break apart, and you don't have that nice grain separation, and you'll also have a much harder time of getting the wok hay around each individual grain of rice, which again is what makes egg fried rice cooked in a wok so distinctive. Cooked rice will always have enough moisture content to make it a pleasurable eating experience. But one step to take with fried rice is definitely, again, the easiest way is use day-old rice, because typically, especially in an Asian household, they'll always have some old rice left over. So that's not so hard. If you are making if you're specifically making egg fried rice, whether you use same day made rice that's been left to cool and dry out a bit, or day old rice, which is the most ideal situation, that's how you're going to get that grain separation. Using the colder, dried out rice, it won't break as easily as you're working the product. All right, so that is the main reason why you don't want to use fresh rice, fresh out of the rice cooker and or pot.
I don't know if the rice is supposed to change colour or anything. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Fried rice supposed to change color, so add some soy sauce. Why no seasoning?
Yeah, I think her last video she didn't add seasoning either.
Only thing of...
And I should mention, I meant to mention this earlier, but she didn't let the egg cook more before she added the rice. So now she puts in this wet rice. The moisture from that wet rice is going to dilute the egg, and you're not going to have those nice little chunks of egg throughout your rice product. It's going to be more like a binder, because, for your rice, and you're going to have an even harder time getting the grain separation.
Color in this rice is her spoon.
I don't know if the rice is supposed to change colour or anything.
She keeps moving around that wet-ass rice. It just keeps breaking apart, and sooner or later, if she keeps going at it, it's going to become just one mass. It's going to become a rice cake. She's going to make ghetto UK mochi. Ugh. Ugh.
For that.
You don't need egg, you need Jesus.
Fuck.
No, because it's not egg fried rice, it's special fried rice.
It's certainly
Like the rice
special.
so wet, Is it because all our ancestors tear in there? This is like torture. Stop.
This is... Oof. Guys, you said this video was bad. Some of you said it was just as bad. I concur. This is pretty fucking bad. Shit. Make sure you go back to the original video, Uncle Roger's video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, but also do the same for Kay, because regardless of how shitty I think this rice is, what a fucking trooper for trying again and putting herself out there like that. Kay, I would love to give you some cooking lessons. I'd be more than glad to give... Hit me up, Kay, okay? We'll do Zoom or we'll do FaceTime or something.
I mean, as you can probably hear, the rice is a lot better than last time.
Oh, well.
I'll give her that much. It's... I don't know if better is the right word. It's... Say an improvement? Improvement? Is that right? This is still bad. It's so bad. Look at the side of the pan. Look at how smushed up that rice is. You cannot even see the individual grains anymore. They have literally smushed together into one mass. Oh.
It's this time. But if you hear, take closer listen at what the rice saying.
Yeah. Yes. I should mention, actually, this just made me realize a real key point. You know, Kay keeps on stirring the rice, and that's really rough on the rice. Even if you were to use day-old rice, the way it should be done is two motions together, where one is the flick of the wok, and it's tossing the product to one end and then, you know, lightly collapsing. The wok spoon assisting in that jerk motion and pushing the rice as one mass, not one mass, but, you know, as one bunch, going up the wok and back down and, you know, kind of spreading all over the surface of the pan. And that's what I mean by keeping the product in motion and getting the wok onto the rice, getting that micro searing, micro caramelization consistently around your product. But when you're stirring it around, it's not nearly as efficient for, you know, wok cookery. And again, it's using the spoon just beats it up a lot more, and you can clearly see that in the mass that's in her wok right now.
3 bits of egg in it that's been cooked.
Okay, this better than last time because at least it cooked. But just because it better than last time doesn't mean it good. That like saying, last time you got shot, but this time you only get stabbed. So much better. Yeah, last time it was crunchy. This time it a sludge. To eat her rice, you either need hammer or a straw.
It's feeling the texture.
I missed that joke, I'm sorry. Oh, let's keep going.
Too much peas in again.
That's not your problem.
Yeah, that's not your problem.
See how the rice all binding together, just like how all Asian people binding together against you now. But remember, this just comedy video. Don't attack, Kay. Treat people with love and respect, even if they fuck up cooking.
Right, as you can see, it's all done.
All done? It don't look any different.
No seasoning again. Boring British cuisine. More BBC food. Oh my god. What is with you guys and not like what is with you guys in hating flavor? You know? Guy Fieri must hate the fuck out of y'all.
Like I said, the rice is nice and soft.
Nobody want nice and soft. Trust me, nice and soft is exactly why Auntie Helen left. Sorry, children.
And guess who Auntie Helen went to? Sorry, she's not here to do laundry this time. Wow. Wow, that was rough. That was, you know, I can't even say that it was an improvement because, yes, she cooked the rice this time, but it was such a train wreck in other areas. Just, oh, man. Okay, I hope you got that rice cooker from Uncle Roger. I hope you take me up on the opportunity for me to give you maybe a quick FaceTime lesson or something like that. I do admire you for putting yourself out there, for wanting to improve, for reading the comments and because I'm pretty sure you got roasted pretty bad. And for you to take those comments and go back out there again, respect to you. Your dish gets a -2 million, but UK, you get you get a solid 8. I respect you. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. And until the next episode, I am Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I'll see you really soon.